What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So as you know, I'm doing this 100K challenge to try and grow my leverage trading portfolio to 100K, starting with $500. Now, obviously within this challenge, I was able to, or before this challenge, I was able to grow it from 500 to about 900, to where we technically started at 900, but I guess for the sake of YouTube titles and clickbaits and all that stuff, 500 is just better to go off of, and turning that into $100,000. So we've gone through exactly what I've had. Yesterday we talked about the long term as well as short term and ultra short term, and I think we need to add a piece to this strategy, and I'm going to try and find the best bet to do so, where we can have some either profitability every day, or we can have some losses every day. But we need to make sure that we are finding ways to actively make investments so that things change, right? You don't want to just sit on things like it's a long-term portfolio. You want to look at it and see it change every day and make these active trades in anything that you're seeing. So that's something that we're going to have change as we move along into the next day, and I will update you guys exactly what changes I do make and what positions I do buy. But we're going to go through where we stand, because we did see a little bit of an uptick after the purchases that I did make yesterday. So guys, if you could hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon at Perry8K, you can follow me over there. Don't forget about my link for BTCC, which is down below. It honestly is a fantastic platform. This is a platform that we're using for this challenge to be able to leverage trade outright, and even demo trade to test our strategy if we want to. So if you guys want to start doing that, start your journey in leverage trading and trading outright, and even creating a strategy in general, feel free to check out BTCC. It's at the top of the description. If you specifically use my link, you will get a 10% deposit bonus, as well as extra bonuses up to $10,055, 40% lower trading fees, and just a lot of other stuff that you guys can do or get with this platform. So again, at the top of the description, check it out. But let's start with the market, because currently the market is sitting at $3.33 trillion market cap. It's up by 2%. So it's looking a little bit positive, especially for the long-term positions that I have made, right? The cats are getting fed right now, but especially for the long-term positions that I have made, right? Ethereum is up to $2,600. Bitcoin is back up to 106,000, and some things like XRP are making some moves, and Solana and all of these other things, right? But this is not what we're here for, right? We have our long-term portfolio, and that's great to see. And if you guys want updates on that, we can always talk about that at a later time. But what we're here to talk about is this portfolio, my BTCC leverage trading portfolio. Now, yesterday, it was sitting at about $906, $912 at the end of the video. Today, it is around $1,000. It's at $1,003, or $999, and it just fluctuates back and forth because I do have an open P&L, and you're going to see that is up about $68.90 or so. If we scroll down here, you're going to see the different investments that I do have. So I have some long-term positions, and I have a short-term position as well. The short-term position consists of just AVAX, which I made yesterday around the $20 price point. I believe that we're going to see that pick up to where I could gain my initial investment as well as some profit back, and then be able to sit on the rest and kind of grow that and turn that into maybe a long-term position as well. I do have a little bit more of a risk for... Technically, it's less risky, but risking more money in the end, because this can always get liquidated, right? But I did do a 2x leverage for Jasmine Coin, which means that if I lose 50%, or if the position loses 50%, I lose everything that I put in there, which is $311. That is a high risk that I'm paying, but ultimately it is a low risk investment that I'm making. Same thing goes for XRP. 3x leverage on that, meaning that if it loses 33%, which is unlikely but could happen, if it loses 33%, then I lose the $250 that I put in there as well. Now, I'm positive on this play. I'm positive on most of these plays. I could say 2 out of 3 of the plays I'm positive on. I'm up about $30 on the XRP investment, and about $45 on the AVAX investment. Jasmine investment is down by 7%. I expect that to take off very soon. but we're going to play it by ear, and we're going to play it as a more longer term position while collecting maybe our initial investment as we move along, because it is a high investment that we are using there. Now, again, I've talked about the different levels, right? I've talked about having long term, short term, and ultra short term, right? The ultra short term and ultra risky, I haven't shown that in this portfolio yet, right? I've shown that in the past to myself, but I haven't broken it down as we started this challenge. But basically, the ultra short term consists of having a higher leverage with a lower amount that you were putting in there. So say if you wanted to do a 50x leverage, a 100x leverage, or 500x leverage, you can risk 10 to 20 to $30, risking that and then seeing that grow while still only putting a limit on losing that 10, 20, or $30. So you're risking a small amount, but it is a high risk, highly liquidatable position because it's at a 50x leverage or 100x leverage or 500x leverage. And I think I need to add those into my strategy and having more aggressive leverages as we're moving along. And I'll tell you what needs to happen. As we see the market open, let's go over to my my page here, or seeing my screen. But as we look at something here, right, like AVAX, and we look at a closer time period, right, I'm looking at it by the day. I need to start looking at it by the minute. Instead of looking at the long term that's there and focusing only on that, I need to focus on things by the minute. And as the day opens up, let's say it's 7 o'clock, right? 7 o'clock on June, so that's June 2nd. Let's look at June 3rd. Let's say it's June 3rd. It's sitting around 12 o'clock, whatever the time period is. Right, here we go. 8:30 to 9:30, where we start seeing things start to pick up. We need to look at when the market opens, when the stock market opens, and then maybe make a little bit more of an aggressive move where we think that the overall position is going to go. Because I could have predicted that this is going to happen, right? That you see a bounce off of the 200 moving average, and it's going to pick up to those points. Now, if I do a 50x leverage from this point to that point with a smaller amount, I can gain my initial investment plus a little bit of profit back for the short term and be able to gain $100, $200, $300 a day while only risking a small amount, right? And maybe making those trades, maybe making 5 of those trades at $10 a piece, and then if I lose all those trades, I live to fight another day, moving on to the next day, especially as I'm making profit. So I think I need to start adding some ultra risky plays in there, but still limiting my risk, still limiting the amount how much I can lose by doing so. So I'm going to find a way to do that, and I think every day we're going to have to break that down and take the time to go about that as the market opens, meaning I'm going to need to dedicate some time to doing those short-term plays and maybe even just having limit orders and having stop take profits and making sure those go through automatically. And if it doesn't go through with the take profit, then it goes through with whatever the stop loss is, and I lose on that situation, which is fine. So we'll see how this all plays out. If you guys could, let me know what you think about this. We're currently sitting at $1,000, so $100 up on day 5 from where we were, I guess, from day 1. Let's say $500 up from where we started. Honestly, we're at a lot higher than that because I did take money out from the profit. Let's just say we started at $900, right? Let's just say we started at $1,000 and we're going to turn it into $100,000. That's a nice round number that can get to $100,000, right? So started at $1,000 and we're moving on to try and gain more and more on that money. Hopefully 100% per month would be great. If not more than that, would be fantastic. But let's see how this all works. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Let me know what you think about this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.